Alright, so this is Awesome Sauce versus Sylveon in round one. One of the worst round ones, technically, because it's two higher tier players. And we have Lilina from Sylveon versus Awesome Sauce is Corrin male. Likely going into Vala. Yeah. Corrin is just one of the decks that can actually tank up and actually be able to always be able to threaten Lilina, but on the same point, Lilina can also do the same to Corrin. At no point is either of them really safe. Also, this is black and white Lilina, so really wanting to get that double hit with the untap Azura. Are you joining me to speak, or are you going to stay silent? Because there was like people sleeping behind you last time.
It's quieter now, so I can speak until... Yep.
So yeah, Lilina versus Corrin. Two decks that love to tank up and hit big numbers. And Corrin, whenever they mass a giant field, Lilina can just nuke it. So... I have actually no idea how this matchup goes realistically. It's just about... getting the good timings on when to actually build your board and when to not.
Yeah, Vala usually wins by building a very OP board,
Yeah.
and Lina's very good tools against that.
Just because she's... Whenever it gets too big, she can just deal with it while also hitting MC.
Yeah, and even while she's not doing that, she can just attack backline and draw as well.
Yeah, exactly.
That's...
As long as she hits, she's golden. But...
And she doesn't die that... She isn't hurt that much by Vala's attack.
No.
But...
Yeah. She should always generally be a bigger number just because most of the time you should be ditching one. It's just situations like this which is rough because you're likely not getting this card back if you ditch it. They're just going to dodge it. But granted, making them low hand is always a good thing. Especially when they can just keep flipping to draw because of loops and stuff like that.
Yeah, it seems like this is the Dancer's version with Azura.
Yeah. It's black-white Lilina just because, well, why not? It can dance, it gives you a plus 30. Instead of deploying Nils and Ninian, you just deploy Azura, and she does both halves of it. Ooh, that is unfortunate, though. Those are not... Actually, there was an Ankos in there. And yeah, getting rid of all the bonds, but the yellow one is just not helpful.
Yep, there are no yellow deploys in this.
Yeah, well, it's just to make it undodgeable, so if you really wanted to kill something on the board, you can. You can guarantee the draw with Lilina. But it's not great unless you have an untap, so you can just hit two things and at least draw two cards, so it's ditch one, draw two. But with this current situation, that's not going to happen. And then they copy Leo to nuke Loot, or Nino, so now they can't even do mages. Like, Azura is your only option here. Yeah. Will they ditch two, though? One. Swing. Okay. Dodge it. Yep. Untap. Swing again. That hits, so they get the draw. And will they ditch another Lilina to nuke the board? Yes.
Yeah, I would assume so since they were going face.
Yeah. It's just about, do you ditch the 2 Lilinas right away, and then just start punching with a super high number, or do you just ditch one and then just hope that hits? It's more of just, yeah. If you're ditching both of them anyway. But the reason not to do that is it tells your opponent what you're doing. Granted, punching face should show them what you're doing because you have 2 attacks with Azura. So if you really needed cards, you would ditch a Lilina, swing one, get Azura to untap, swing the other. You can draw 2 if you kill both of them, and then you just can save all of the bombs. Or all of the other Lilina, and you'll just go for cards. Is there any other dancers that are using in this, or is it just Azura?
There are 2 dances as far as I know.
Okay.
I think I saw Ninian, for example.
Yeah. I was just wondering if they were going to try and do like one of those brown things where you do Dorothea into either like Sothis or the other brown dancer that's a flip one, and then you just swing 3 times.
Yeah, ST Chrome swing 3 times.
Yeah.
Count 4 ops. Hehe. Tethys might also be in this deck, but I don't really remember that.
If they're not going other ways to give +10, Tethys isn't good, because Tethys's +20 just isn't enough to hit Ninian's benchmark. Because you need Tethys plus like Peony to be able to get the get high enough attack to save yourself from throwing away a Lilina. Like, it's still a not bad one. It's just Ninian is usually better because Ninian's a flip one.
Oh, does Ninian also give +30? Okay, that makes more sense, yeah.
Okay, there's Magic Emblem. Okay, yeah, that's what they're doing. They're just deciding if they what they want to throw away. Alright. Myrrh. Okay. Nils. Okay.
Not.
So that's a +30 for free. That's very hard to kill. Because you need specifically pull, so they need to boundless Lilith to be able to get that pull.
Oh, you're Shigure.
Oh yeah, or Shigure. So yeah, they have 2 ways out. Actually, yeah, probably better than most decks.
Not dodging both attacks. Down to 0 ops. That's probably game next turn then. Possibly. Only 3 cards in hand.
Okay, Sylveon is low. Sorry, I was responding to someone. So Sylveon is low cards, but Awesome Sauce is low orbs. Actually,
Yeah,
no
0
orbs.
ops.
Oh, Sylveon actually was able to take 2, by the looks of it then.
Yep, Merce swung into Corrin, and so did Lilina.
Yeah.
And South had to take both, and then Fall Blaze occurred, and then
Yeah.
to 0 ops.
Also Blade. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, this is burned.
Yeah, 3 cards in hand, so it's not guaranteed that the game's over next turn, but
But yeah, as long as they have 2 Lilinas, they're good. They're gonna get 2 orbs back. Or they still have 2 orbs to get. As long as they hit 2 Lilinas or 3 if they kill Nils. Or 2 Azuras and a Lilina. Like, there's so many combos to be able to get the 90 attack needed. That she should be able to burn him. Burn Corrin.
I forgot if Mirror picked up another Lilina. Probably not, but yeah.
We'll see if... Yeah. I mean, was there Lilina in Bonds?
I don't think there was. Kind of weird to bond one, anyways.
I mean, it's not the worst on this last turn when they deployed the Mer, because you can bond the Lilina and then get it back if you don't need it. It also immediately tells your opponent, hey, you're half screwed already.
That is true.
So, last turn, bonding it wouldn't have been bad, but any turn before that, yeah, it was pretty questionable, because you would have to try and guarantee that you were getting Mer, and there no way is that a guarantee.
Have to at least first if they want to heal anything.
Yep. Okay, apparently there's 2 Lilina vs. Corrin matches.
Yeah, that's what I noticed as well.
Actually, now that I think about it, I think there's like 4 or 5 different people playing Lilina.
I totally do that. You could just join this. Why did you change that?
I changed it so that there was a maximum of 3 and anyone could join, because
Okay.
I might change it back, I'm still deciding. But 3
Well,
people
if you
probably
want,
works better anyway.
You can just add them, right?
Yeah. It's
So
just
it's, like,
more
fine.
of... there's reasons for and against
Are
it.
we on the sauce game right now?
Yes. Saucer Sylveon, and it's...
Oh yeah, how we're feeling?
I mean, this is pretty much very much in Sylveon's corner at the moment. Just because Sylveon just needs 2 Lilinas and they win the game. Or 1 Lilina, or just 2 ways to get plus 30. Just because Nils is one of them. So 2 Lilinas.
That's true.
Yeah. And they can even ditch a Lilina, swing at Elise, draw another Lilina, and then use that and then win. Like, they don't even have to swing Corrin anymore. They can technically ignore Corrin and just clear board, and they might just get enough attack to win the game.
Did sauce just go down to 0 orbs last turn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lilina had Mer and just punched face a lot, and then nuked the board as well.
Jeez. It's a scary deck when it goes off.
Yeah. That is the biggest threat of Lilina, is that your board is never safe, unless you're playing specifically Roy or, like, South. Your board is just never safe.
Or
And-
Crom.
Does Crom have immunity to destruction?
He
No.
doesn't, but all
Yeah.
of your units are 1 cost, so you just summon them again.
Okay, yeah, but, like, that's still
Really a big deal.
can be expensive, and that's on the assumption you have them all.
I mean,
Yeah,
but, you know,
sure.
it's kind of his whole thing is that he just can do it every turn.
That's very true.
Does he have 5 cards in Boundless? Oh, he's playing Azura, right? I forgot about that card.
Yep. And Sauce obviously didn't want to give Sylveon orbs and the chance that they were Lilinas, so they just played it slow. But bonding a Nino. Nino is a guaranteed
forever.
plus 30.
Look, Tethys is in this deck.
Oh, shit! Does that work? Oh, Nils' first skill is not once per turn.
Wait, what?
Tap skill something once per turn.
Yep. Nils'
What?
Nils' skill is not once per turn, so he gives the
Oh
buff.
my god.
Tethys untaps for free because she can either tap to dance a unit and they can attack, or tap to untap them. So she untaps fucking Nils to give a second plus 30, ditch one Lilina, flip one,
Oh
win the
my
game.
god.
That
That's
is
so cool. That's so cool. Yeah, okay. I'm kind of a fan of this deck now.
Oh, that's not good for Sauce, taking an orb first turn.
Why is that bad?
Lilina's trying to win the game early. She's trying to use her skill to blow up the board and not go minus. Lilina is trying to win fast.
I mean, it's follow, right? The odds of him having a cord female evade are the highest thing.
Oh, well, it's Corrin male. So you could have the Corrin male 3-2.
Oh,
You could have the
right.
Corrin 6 cost. There's enough Corrins that it's possible. So
But
it's
now
just
that he's promoted, it's like a higher chance.
yeah. That hits, and Sylveon can flip one, draw one, and that's the second orb down. Because if you weren't aware, Sylveon took 3 orbs in one turn. Like, Sylveon
Last
can...
game?
Yeah.
Double automaton. I don't know people were playing this in follow.
Corrin generally has 2 choices what they can do with their 2 cost slot. They either go automaton to stop cost 1s, or they go Hasame so Hasame can die and they can ramp a bond.
Right, right.
So in this case, their Sauce is using automaton. It's either or. They're both good. They both counter different decks, but they're both anti-aggro tools, and that's it.
Yeah, not too useful in this matchup.
No.
Oh, the rare Vala cells.
Yep, but they did have a dodge. But
Yeah.
Lilina's still jealous because of loot. So, like...
I love loot.
Oh,
It's such a
Lute's
great card. Yeah, because the dancers aren't tomes, right? So you don't need the Leo.
Yeah. Yeah, the dancers don't have any weapon type.
Really?
So, yeah.
I didn't know that was an option.
Yeah, well, like, there's
Well, Zora has lances.
Yeah, Azura doesn't. Well, I was meaning the FE7 dancers, Nini and Nils. They technically don't have a weapon type. They're just purple, male or female. I mean, there's like 3 cards that also don't have genders on them.
Which card? Is it like Zane?
No, it's a bunch of random monsters, and one of the morphs
That
from
makes
FE7.
sense.
Limistella has no gender.
Why did they give
Wait,
Corrin
he has a gender?
a gender?
Limistella doesn't have a gender.
Oh, really? Okay.
Corrin does just because it is technically, you look at the card, that is technically a character that is male. 100% that is male.
I mean, But no, there's a female version too, right? It's
Yep.
like the different rarities have different...
Yeah, the plus version is female.
I don't... Like, they could have just not done that.
They could have, but when you look at the card art, it is a character that is
I guess.
male, and that's probably what they were going by. Limistella, though, is never referred to by a gender in FE7. In I think the Japanese version.
Vala isn't actually a gender. That's just like a
Yeah.
bit that we did.
Well, it's just a
follow up,
descriptor.
Corrin.
It is part of their name. Their name is
Yeah.
technically Corrin Kingdom of Vala. That is their official name. And there are cards that also don't have genders in their name. There's Claude
Yeah, like
Fodlin
Arthur
and Claude
Chuckle.
Thracia.
Yeah.
Or
I
whatever.
forgot about that.
Yeah. Juggerl, that's the one. So yeah, there are a few, like, this is a descriptor. Because they needed to make it distinct. Technically, they could have just went Corrin. No male, no female, and just made it Corrin. Which would have been funny.
I do like that idea. It's just Corrin. The one true Corrin.
Bam. And now we just... Okay, yeah.
What do you think Sauce is thinking about here?
Honestly, I don't know. I didn't... Since I was explaining that stuff, I didn't actually look at the last turn too much. But...
I don't think too much is happening.
No, it was pretty much, I think, just Lilina buffed up, swung, got dodged. Nino set up for another dodge, swung and didn't hit. Just because it's Nino. Yeah, that... Well... It's also just in a rough point, because the entire point of Corrin is supposed to just tank up, sit there, and slowly win. But Lilina just goes, I don't care if you're tanking up, and I blow up your board. So, Corrin just does not function well into it at all. Like, legitimately, what is Corrin supposed to do into Lilina? Pray they don't get enough cards to blow you up.
I mean, Corrin you can like hit Lilina after a few buffs because you have like a non-coast copies and you have Ryoma.
Yeah, but
so it's not like the end of the world.
Yeah, they can both hit each other when they tank up. I would say Corrin is more fragile to getting hit like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Lilina's running so many dodge copies, and half of her tank ups in this deck is not even dodges because they're nils or they're Azura, which are just buffs.
Not a great mill. I think he's gonna tap the Vala with the Ryoma. Ryoma can tap himself? What?
Yeah, it's just tap a black or white ally.
I don't know why I thought it was other ally. I'm crazy.
That's because
You usually don't.
almost everyone does other ally. The only reason to do yourself is this situation here. Your ally is a bigger number than you, and your hand is above 3.
Okay, am I crazy or did he just resolve female Corrin effects, but white Corrin is on the field?
He copied female Corrin.
Right. Oh, that's what that was?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're in a voice chat, so you have to be a little bit faster and quicker on what they're doing. But yeah, that's why Corrin male is also plus 20. And now we just get all the clears.
10 cards in hand. That's a big hand.
Yeah.
Been taking ores, like, you know.
Well, there's no reason not to. Like, you can just punch the Corrin Vala in the face and just blow up the other two, if you have the ability to. And they're at 5 bonds right now, so they can deploy the Azura and swing twice, while also saving themselves Lilina in hand. Or they could technically do the exact same thing with Hector, just don't get the dance. This is a decently good shot for them.
And they also don't have a lot of pressure too, since they won game 1. They don't like need to win this.
Yeah. But Lilina, I feel like, actually does have a winning matchup on this.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good so far.
Well, it's because I'm also just thinking, what can Vala do to get out
I'm
of it?
inclined to agree, because Crom also kind of wins versus Vala because it also blows up board, but Vala does have answers in, like, banishing Robin.
Yeah. And in Crom versus Lilina, you have the advantage against Lilina because you can dodge her other attacks. You have more dodges than Valois, and you have the ability to dodge when she swings your board, because you just are class changing so much that you're running extra copies. Vala is a 4 of everything.
Dodges?
What?
They both play 12 dodges, right?
Maybe? I don't know. I've always just felt like Crom has more. I might be wrong on that.
I think it's just because Crom draws more, so usually, you know, you'll deploy
I think you were talking about his allies having more copies.
Well, there's also that. It's both. I just feel like Crom has less units in his deck and more of all dodges.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a good choice because you're blocking deployment by skills. You get nils for the plus 30, plus another plus 30, and now they're going to start going to town. They're swinging face, it would seem.
You're talking about when you're talking about what like Vala's supposed to do against Lilina, I think it's what he's been doing, which is just deploying a bunch of big guys and trying to hit their face.
Yeah.
And Lilith is really good at checking that by stopping the Ryoma.
Yep. Do they have another Lilina? Okay, they do. They're gonna now flip one and nuke the board.
Yeah, that's.
And skill deploy is locked away.
What does Vala do? No
Across.
idea.
Because even all your bonds are flipped, so you can't even Anonkos. And you can't kill Nils without 2 attacks hitting him. You pretty much have to pray to get a Lilina, pull the Nils, kill it, because that'll just make Lilina so expensive. Like, this is just a rough state for Vala.
Bonding Shigure. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Shigure's hitting anything, right?
Yeah.
He's 60 base with no range.
So you want to pull that Niels, that's what I thought. But I guess he's going for the Lilith this turn.
Or you're just gonna hope that... Yeah, you have Azura, who is non-destruction removal.
Oh yeah, he also has removal.
There, it could be that
true.
their hand is just all dodges. They don't want to boundless any of it with Shiggy.
Yeah, that could also be true.
I mean, they could have like flipped.
Well, there's a
for the
Lilith,
draw.
so now they can pull Nils. So they technically already don't have to worry about it. They don't have to use Azura skill. I'm confused why...
How do you guys feel about Azura? Do you think it's a good card?
Yes, Azura is good.
I think he needs to run.
Just,
I think Vala needs it because otherwise he just lose to Crom. So.
You need Azura because it's just a consistency booster. In the case that you don't bridge, your boundless is going to be quite empty. You need Azura to build up your boundless a little bit, and that's it. Her draw.
He also draws cards.
Yeah, flip
I've
3
seen
draw
Vala
2
run
is
out
pretty
of
good.
cards. So.
Flip 3 draw 2 is already good, and since you're also picking the 2, it's even better. And then the rest of the skills are going to boundless, so Corrin can copy them. So your all in all is a very good cheap skill for what it does. And then non-destruction removal can be very good in certain decks that need it.
How often do you have 2 Azuras in your hands?
Usually it's not using the... Usually it's Corrin using that skill.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Because you can use the Azura. So you copy the Azura, you use her first skill, you get an Azura, then you can use the skill. It's not used too often, but it's just there as an option. And it being an option is good enough. So, yeah. Cleared the board. And now... Because usually one of the best ways to deal with Lilina is almost just not hit her, clear her board, and just let her starve for cards. But... Yeah, Vala just hasn't been dodging enough for that to work. Lilina just goes, haha, punch you in the face, and I get my card anyway.
He dropped back an Anka, so I'm guessing he has another Shigure in hand.
Yeah. Oh, well, there's the Azura.
Just like 3 non-coast in his bonds right now.
Yeah. And they're about to punch face 2 times.
I mean, this could,
It's a miss.
Yeah, 90. This is why you want to Lilina twice if you can right there. Just so that you're plus 60 before you swing. Because if they're going to Lilina ditch and blow up, it was a bad choice there. They should have threw away 2 Lilinas to get plus 60. Yep, there it goes. So yeah, if they had done that first, they would have gotten an extra hit in.
8 cards in Boundless. No, Lilith.
Yep.
So
He's just hasn't he resolved like 2 Azuras this game? Oh, that was last game. Crazy.
Yeah. Azura and Nils. This Azura, though, is once per turn, so, yeah, you can't cheat it out. You can't do that same play that they did last time.
I mean, yeah, I hope this one is once per turn because it's no cost.
I mean, the cost is tapping it. It's a cost 5 dancer.
Yeah.
Well, it's
20 support dancer.
true. The only
they
one...
probably put it there in case so they can't loop. And loop or something.
Every Anonkos.
Apparently. I mean, flipping down your opponent's bonus doesn't do anything. And tanking up is also not helping.
But it lets you hit the Lilina when she's like how big she is right now.
But if you hit the Lilina, that means you're not hitting that Azura. That's a pain in the ass as well.
I mean, that's true, but like, I mean, not just in this situation, but in general.
Yeah, I know. Like, it has its uses, it's just... It's never came up help. At no point in this game or last game would have been a helpful skill.
Wait,
I mean,
he's
never seen
running
this card in my
off
life.
here.
No, it's at 22 coin. Yeah. It's quite good.
People play this?
Yeah. I mean, it has a pull skill. And what is Corrin missing? A pull skill. It has the skill to add a card to orbs.
It's black and white as well.
Yep. It also can be greater than 70 attack. There's not a single bad thing about it.
He's playing 12 Corrin males in this deck.
Sure. I
It's
mean,
also another dodge. Yeah.
It's more dodges. In fact, this Corrin is a reason why Corrin male can sometimes be better than Corrin female. Because the bridge for Vala is usually better on the female side, just because the consistency is greater than the extra attack. But Corrin male has this card as an extra dodge.
Surely there's a good other Corrin female card.
Yes, you have Corrin female 3/2, which is white, and is pretty much discard 1, heal 1.
Yeah.
That is your next best option.
Crazy.
Which is alright, and it's a decent bridge if you miss the normal bridge. But Corrin male having this one means you're using this card, you have dodges, and then you can use this card to add more orbs. Like, yeah. It's not the best card, but it is useful in times.
What do you think he's thinking about right now?
He wants to heal that, probably.
Yeah.
Get an orb.
He's happy that he killed that. He's probably just thinking what to copy to see if that he should actually go for this attack or not.
I wish you.
Oh,
I
flipping
wish
tips. He's adding an orb. He does not want to die to Lilina.
Kind of stupid that you can't see the bounce area as a spectator or the retreat area.
Yeah.
Probably is a very nice card in this matchup because you get to pull and orb heal to not die if you're at 0.
Yeah. Copying Corrin? Or no, revealing Corrin, copying... I don't know. It's plus 20.
So true.
I think they copied Male Corrin to send another card to Boundless. Because there's no reason not to, it just mills out your stuff.
You know, in the future, you can try to see if people will add a third seat to the games for you to, because that should let you see the retreat area.
It
right?
would, but that just means that I have to pass the turn through me.
Oh yeah, I guess it could be.
That is an option. It's just I don't personally care.
Yeah,
So.
that's fair. I feel like for Vala, like you kind of need to be able to see the Boundless Zone.
Yeah, you need to see the Boundless to be able to track all of their options, and we're not, like, remembering every card that went through the Boundless.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
it's for Azura, then you don't even know what it is, right?
yeah. Alright, so Lilina is undodgeable against non-MCs. So she has a 3 hit against the Corrin male. And can use that to draw a card.
you just pass?
Wait, what?
What just
did-
happened?
What the fuck? What happened? Sauce moves Leo. Oh, she
It
self.
was like I said.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
I thought that she was locked for a second there, but it can't be.
They lied.
Yeah, no, she buffed up once and then selfed. So she just missed the attack.
That sucks. I mean, it's gonna happen to Lilina because you're playing so many of them.
Yeah, Lilina's completely a
That is kind of like the one thing balancing the fact that she can just like randomly go to like 150.
Yep. Oh, they folded.
3 Lolitas.
Interesting.
Why do you think were they just dead on fields? They could have been.
They could have done one more nuke, but at 2 orbs, that's not likely. And it's just all about how many dodges they had.
I think the orb peel is what sealed that game, right? Because if he didn't do that, they could have got to 0 orbs and then nuke next turn.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's crazy. It didn't matter. This is the game that will decide everything.
Yep.
All the marbles.
The game 3. Lilina going first and bonding one of their dancers.
Winning in the early rounds with Swiss is really important for tiebreakers and stuff too.
There's only, I think, one person that is not getting through out of 5 games.
Yeah, but you don't want to be that one person, you know?
Oh, yeah. I'm aware.
I feel like if I make it that far, that's gonna be me. I have to make it that far.
Possibly.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Are you participating, Gauges?
Yes, I am. I entered in specifically because we were at 73, and I did not want it to be an odd number.
Okay.
It's
It's still top 16, right? We
Yep.
didn't get to 24.
Yep, top 16. The reason why I decided this is because top 16 is double elimination. So, that's quite a few games.
Yeah. I heard some people talk.
I
heard some
mentioned it because no
people
one
did
noticed.
not like that.
What?
I did not notice until you mentioned it.
Yeah, some people were saying they're not a fan of double elimination. Personally, I like it.
I hate single elimination. Because there's certain like I played a lot of Smash Bros and TO'd a lot of Smash Bros tournaments. If you run into the same like a certain person, sometimes they just beat you always. You might be better than them on average, but you lose to them. And if it's single elimination, you can just get screwed over. So I've always been a fan of double elimination, so that's what this is.
I feel like that
That
rings
rewards
true, especially
rewards
for
consistency
Cipher,
a lot.
because of how like variable this game can be.
Yeah, and that's also why this game is very variable. So having a second shot when money is on the line makes the most sense to me.
I think people just don't want to have to play so many games.
Yes. I also wrote it up when I was not expecting 70 people. And I was just going, I want as much game information in my bot, so let's make it so that I rig this so the most games happen. Oh god, now there's 74 people entrance.
74.
I was expecting like 40 to 50.
So like 37 games per round.
I was expecting this to be a larger tournament than average. And that's it. Instead, it ended up being the biggest.
I mean, you know, I'm not opposed.
I'm not either. It's just we're now it's way bigger than I thought. That's it.
And speaking of your bot, are you planning on doing any like cool data analysis stuff with that in the future?
It'll be any person can pull information from it doing a command. So if you want, you'll be able to go like just / win rate Obero. It'll tell you Obero's win rate, going first, going second, overall, and that's it. And then you could even get win rate, Obero, ping at yourself, and it'll get your win rate with Obero.
Oh god. Oh, no.
So that's the
You can
point.
also build damage up if
10%
you want to.
Crom win rate.
So that's the point of it, is that you'll be able to get the win rates of any player with any deck, and also be able to go like, what counters Valui, and it'll get the things that have the highest win rate against Valui.
Thank God you're only implementing this now, because I would have like a 2% win rate with every deck.
So yeah, Brainiac used to do this, but he used to enter it manually by hand, which, I mean, all right choice, but goddamn, that's stupid. Granted, at the time that he did this, slash commands weren't a thing, and well, try and get anything to be consistent in this server. You can't. Now that slash commands are a thing, it can literally be like, type a person's name. And I'm feeding the information exactly the way I want it. Which is why it forces you to ping a player. Just because it needs to grab their account information.
It's idiot proof.
Yeah, I tried to make it. And I also tried to format it in the exact same way we normally report matches. Which it does.
Still wish you use those errors instead of beat and lost.
Loses their account.
Yeah, that's the only difference, is that I chose beat and lost to, just to make it a little bit more clear. Instead of the arrows.
Ugh.
What will you do if a player loses their account and has to make a new account? Huh? And what?
Do you know how SQL works? Do you know how databases work?
Well, you know,
So pretty much in theory, what I can do is I can just pull the entire data set and go, if player name is this, replace with player name this. And it will do that for every entry. Databases are very good for huge amounts of data manipulation. And
that is kind of the point, yeah.
And the entire database is SQLable, so I'm going to be able to do that. I'm also going to color code every single deck, so that if you wanted what beats white, or how good does this deck do against white MCs, it'll tell you. How does this deck go against control MCs? Well, I'm going to try and label every deck, and some people will disagree with my labels, but it is what it is.
Are you gonna label Crom as yellow?
It will be blue-yellow. Yes, it'll be in both. Because it can be multiple colors. But yeah.
Okay, so it's also still at 5 orbs. It's not too bad.
Yes, Sylveon is...
going on.
We haven't actually been looking, but this is what usually happens to Lilina. Lilina struggles to get going. Because you need to be hitting...
2 cards in hand.
Yeah. He doesn't have dodges, but Lilina doesn't have the gas. Otherwise, they probably would have deployed Azura right now, or Nils, and just been like, okay, let's start speeding up. Alright. Does Sylveon have a way out?
Well, what do you think Sylveon would need to get out of the situation?
Bond Jamaic and a dancer. Buff Lilina once. Kill board. Reason why I say this is because that's a discard 1, draw 2, while also tanking her up. I don't see anything else working too well for her. Just because of this, how the board state is. Technically, you can also just, like, if you had Ninian or Azura, you could just buff up to +90, punch face, and then nuke the board. but I just don't see that being super helpful right now. So the double draw is probably the best. Because Lilina's draw skill just not being once per turn is legitimately what keeps her alive as a deck. Or it can keep her alive as a deck, depending on how you built her. This one obviously being very
really
dancer
strong.
focused. Yeah.
I mean, the Corrin could have potentially evaded, like we discussed earlier.
Yep. But this is just now just in a bad spot. Alright, Azura and Jamaica. But they're using...
Oh wow, they just had it, okay.
Yep, but... And then they clear board. But they're not drawing anything.
Nice.
So they did what I said to do, except for they didn't discard a Lilina for the draw 2.
Do you think they just don't have any Lilinas?
Probably. Also, what they technically could have done is they could have swung Corrin Valui there, because Azura's second skill is Destroy Dragonstones.
Oh yeah, so they could have popped the Corrin now.
Yep, pop the Corrin Mail, Azura, Lilina attacks Shigure, Lilina then Guts Danced. If Shigure lived, swing him again. If he didn't, swing Corrin.
I Dennis forgot that she has that skill.
Well, maybe you don't want to send it to the Boundless, because it could be dangerous to let Vala copy that later.
Oh yeah, this sends to Boundless. I thought it was just Destroyed, but yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah. It is sent to Boundless. Okay, that's not always good then. But at the same time, is there anything in Bonds? Not really. The +10 is kind of annoying. But the Bond grab, yeah, I guess so. Copying Corrin Female. Adding a Bond. And swinging face, I'm assuming. And destroying that, yep. Yeah, Sylveon just doesn't have the cards needed. If she gets another Dancer here, and she buffs up swings, it's a minimum draw 1, hopefully a draw 2. There's a Dancer. Do you have the Ninian to dodge with, to throw away? Please do. There you go. +30. And now she starts swinging.
She's like an orb in these trying times.
I think Sylveon is about to quit. Because this selfed. Nope, they're dodging. Okay. Did they... They didn't send a card to Boundless last turn. They just copied.
Oh, they forgot?
I think so.
Ooh, I could bite them later.
Oh, and Ninian's dance is also not once per turn, so it's cheaper to get Tethys to dance Ninian.
What's going on?
Wait, did you forget to?
Well, I just didn't check. I haven't seen Ninian for a while. I know Azura's once per turn, so I just kind of assumed the other dances were. And then as soon as they show up, I moused over and figured it out. Alright, so at least they did get +1. So not the absolute worst, but... And their board, if Sauce can't clear board, the dances could technically win the game.
Yeah.
This is 3 attacks from Lilina. Sauce will at least probably take 2 hits.
Deploying an Onkos. Clear something.
Yep.
Did they just hit the Lilith off?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Alright, that's exactly what you needed. Oh, did they not?
Oh, that was that an Onko skill? Oh yeah, they Lilith Lilina back, so forced march. I think.
Right. Yeah, they just took a second to do it. I thought they forgot. Yeah, that's really good here.
I was about to say that Sauce has no Zora, but it's boundless, so.
Yeah. Once again, yeah, just copy it. Okay. That gets rid of one dancer. They are that afraid of the dancers, they are murdering them. So this is definitely one of the cards you don't send a boundless with Azura. Sending a non-coast
yeah.
to boundless just so he
Yeah.
flips one of your own bonds face down.
Yeah, that would be devastating.
Alright. Well, MCs cannot dodge. Good to see. The question is, how many dances are they going to be able to do? Or if they are even rigging that up. 1, 2, 3. Nino. Okay, that works. Nino turns any card. Turning a Nino into Lilina and into a flip one, draw one. So she's going to swing. Yep. Double draw for that swing. It's decent. And another. Okay, Sylveon just got a hand back. She's not supposed to be able to cheat that much card advantage, you would think, but... And Protector of the Realm and passing turn, probably. Into another Anonkos. How many Anonkoses did Sauce have in his hand? Because this is like the third or fourth one in a row almost. Or like, no, it's just the second. But like, it's just the... Deploying Anonkos twice per game. Twice in a game. Okay. Pull. Getting rid of that so that they can't buff as much. Then Anonkos kills the other one.
Do you know how many King Leo he's playing?
What was that?
Do you know how many of the Leo he's playing?
No. I would assume 2 or 3. It's not. It should never. It should never be really common enough. But the Leo just also isn't helpful. Like, okay, there's a plus 60 engine.
I mean, it can clear like Nino or Lute if he deploys it.
Yeah. Yeah, Nino or Lute are the good options. Okay, I think they ditched Lilina. Flipping one, nuking the board, swinging again. I think. No, they don't. They can't. They only can swing once. Yeah. And the attack got dodged, which is not good.
Yeah, Vala has not been making a lot of progress the last couple turns. They were
No.
just getting bored.
I mean, Ryoma
And-
could be a big difference maker.
Well, like, Sylveon could have got Azura and Nils out that turn if they had an Azura, which would have been amazing because that's plus 60 and a dance. So, Lilina's once punches, gets Nilsed, Tethys, and then yeah, that's why like Nils is just immediately target number 1 to die every single time it's possible.
Doesn't look like it's gonna be possible for a while with the 2 Liliths in the bond zone.
No. Tethys is staying alive. It's just... Oh, never mind. What?
I don't
See,
know
Juris
what's
turn
going
1.
Oh, did
More
they
than once.
copy Shigure?
They did, yeah.
They copied
Oh, they
Shigure to make sure they could kill Tethys.
That's a good play.
Interesting.
I mean, they copied it in the first place to move,
Yeah.
not out.
Fair. I honestly thought something else hit Boundless. Happens when you look away for a moment.
I'm gonna miss it, folks.
Yeah, so he copied Chigure and used skill 1 twice.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
He boundless the Corrin Veil, right? That could be pretty dangerous if he needs to dodge later.
Yes.
Yeah, that was bleeding a dodge.
Kind of makes you wonder what the rest of their hand is. Especially since they didn't use the Ryoma deploy.
Yeah. Are they swinging? No, they were swinging Ryoma. Okay. That makes the most sense. Because I'm like, if you leave that Ryoma alive, it draws another card minimum and does more. And another. He top decked a Ryoma.
They just have everything.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you can top deck.
That's true.
It was like a 1 in 3 chance, so it's not like it was that rare. 1 in 4 chance. Yeah.
True.
But, yeah. Sylveon pretty much needs to get Azura and Nils on the same turn.
If Vala manages to hit Lina 3 times here, then it's pretty safe next turn, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Normal punt, normal attack. The Nils is needed.
I was doing it for a draw. Yeah.
Now that God just got to debate if they're gonna tap Corrin to deploy something.
It's very tense. Oh, copying Corrin to ban.
Yep.
So they probably have a Silas in hand done, right?
I mean, it gives them plus 10 if they copy it. Which they did, so...
What?
Leo?
No, the plus 10 is on the boundless. The
No, they
They only
copied the
have two
Corrin,
face-ups.
the 80 Corrin, and there's 2 bonds face up. Oh, that's a
so
hit.
I thought it was like
Why would you pick up
what's his
Leo
name?
here?
Selif.
It stops them from deploying mages, but like, what mage do they want? None.
Nino.
Nino.
Well,
Bad.
Nino's passable, but like, best play, as I said, was Azura Nils. A mage is like a bit after that. Murs bonded okay.
It's just like maybe he's just using this like a beat stick.
Yeah.
You know, 70 attack is pretty good.
I mean, he does 100.
Azura.
Yeah, he's
Nils.
pretty
Let's fucking go.
good.
Discarded
This
Lilina.
could be it, right?
Discarded Lilina.
This
There
could
you
be
go.
Oh boy.
This
Oh
is
boy.
plus 60.
Have
Swinging
dodge
face.
as a pilver.
That's
Okay,
a
that's
dodge.
one up.
Okay. So he's not dead this turn.
And now swing face again. Dodged again. Fucks. Ew, sauce.
Yeah, that's game then. 1 card in hand.
It's
Yeah.
still possible.
Oh, I mean, they have to hit through 90. 150 attack, right?
No. Nils and Azura's buff both fall off at end of turn.
Oh yeah, that's true.
This is only a 90 on defense.
Yeah.
This entire deck
Yeah,
is just
it's not
don't
really
discard
bad.
Lilinas, you get buffs otherwhere. So,
When they deploy anything, then Ryoma goes to 90,
yep.
and then
Well, Ryoma will
Corrin
die.
is
They can
80.
flip one, kill Ryoma, kill Corrin.
That's true. I forgot about that. It's
It-
kind of the point of the deck.
Yeah, it's just a question is, can Corrin crit? And that's it.
I'd be very surprised if they have a Pollock. Or...
Yeah.
Did they
Or
dodge
can-
with a Vobble, or did they? I wasn't paying attention.
Or no, they dodged with both 3/2s. One male, one female.
So it's not like unbelievable. If they'll have it.
No. Pretty much if Sauce does not win this turn, he loses. 100%. This is the final turn of the game.
It's not unlikely.
Bonding
Bonding
the
with
Leo. Getting
Azura.
Azura.
Oh yeah, he has one dodge to crit, and then he's
Yeah.
like a Zora to
He-
crit, and that's the game.
Copy the Corrin into copying the Anankos. That's a big enough attack. Flipping one to heal.
Killing Azura.
Yeah, probably healing in Azura makes the most sense here.
Ryoma.
Yep. I think was that a copy to Ryoma? Yeah, I think it was a copy to Ryoma.
Oh, he healed.
He healed a
He 100%. I don't know what's going on right now.
Wait.
I'm scared.
Did he change his mind?
No, he copied Ryoma to be able to. Then he healed the Corrin male, and then he deployed the Corrin male using Ryoma's skill into self.
It's like Garrett.
Ooh,
But
so
it
this
still
works.
hits. It still hits.
Yeah. Alright. And then this is guaranteed to be the end of the game.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, there it goes.
That was pretty epic.
That was
That's an epic step.
It almost. Sylveon almost was able to come back. Just and he had another dodge in hand. Fuck. Yeah, game 3 was just screwed. But it was. I enjoyed that. That was the most exciting game I've commentated so far.
There's another one going on right now between Shisaku and Super Hatchig.
Okay, well,